Good afternoon, distinguished guests, P&G senior politicians and colleagues. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Eora Nation, and pay my respects to elders both past and present and future generations. It's also a pleasure to be here this afternoon to present. Overview. Black Swan is the premium security solutions provider in Papua New Guinea. Founded in 2011, Black Swan International was recently purchased by True North Capital, and I can proudly say that Black Swan is now 100% P&G owned business. Our approach has always been to foster partnerships with our clients, in which we provide the support to proactively address the risks inherent to their businesses. We strive for continuous improvement, which has resulted in continual growth and expansion of our operational coverage. P&G is Black Swan's home, and we appreciate the diverse landscape in which we operate. We provide integrated solutions that are tailored to each client's individual needs and bring a culture of compliance, accountability, and respect to all our operations. In the last 5 years, Black Swan has undertaken significant changes in its operations mode. This included a diversification of its customer base, enhancement of its head office, and development of support bases in both POM and Ley to improve its capabilities and performance as P&G's leading top-tier security provider. The question everybody asks, and it's very important and needs to be raised, obviously, especially in this forum. Is security necessary in Port Moresby? We just heard from our previous speaker, there are law and order concerns, of course. Everyone in this room is probably aware of the requirement and the need for security in P&G, especially for new and emerging projects and existing businesses that run and operate. And like was previously mentioned, it is a costly exercise for businesses. Of course, if landowners are unfairly treated, this may resort to violent protests, roadblocks, sabotage, or even attacks to express their dissatisfaction and demand their rights, which could disrupt the various projects and operations and endanger the lives of those people on the project and the local community. Legal disputes and delays. Landowners may challenge the validity of agreements, licenses, or land titles. They may also seek compensation or injunctions for environmental damages, human rights violations, or breach of contract. This could result in lengthy and costly legal battles and delays in implementation of those projects. Unfortunately, P&G is also prone to natural hazards, earthquakes, landslides, flash flooding, potential droughts, which could indeed cause major infrastructure problems. There'd be food and water shortages. And unfortunately, there are limited disaster and emergency response capabilities in Papua New Guinea. And unfortunately, we have a community out there that will take opportunistic times to then cause rioting, looting, or violence. However, not to be so blunt on the whole subject, the positive note is, as we've seen for the last 3 days with all of the speakers throughout the whole conference, all of these projects discussed are all there and are all going to deliver local communities with employment and business and development opportunities. In fact, it's there. So, if this is communicated properly, and we work with those local communities, and we get buy-in from the local communities, and we get a sense of ownership from the local communities, this will go a long way to minimize that threat. So key to that is communications. We have to communicate this throughout all of the projects in the local communities. What sets Black Swan apart? We have a large investment in people and resources, and with over 2,300 employees and growing, of which 99.5% of Black Swan is P&G nationals. We monitor over 2,000 client sites, mobile facilities, and assets daily. We have a fleet of over 200 plus vehicles across the country. We also have a vast network, including government, foreign diplomatic connections, police and community stakeholders, which aids our intelligence gathering, which is crucial to any security business. We also network with other agencies and security companies to provide and share key information. Again, I'll elaborate. Engagement with local communities, landowners and stakeholders is crucial to our business. As an organisation, we actively seek proactive mitigations and solutions, but more so and more importantly, a key component to Black Swan's operation is its relationship with the clients / partners. Services. As you can see up on the screen, we offer a multitude of security services across the board, available to all clients and independents. However, all businesses have their own inherent needs. They also have their own security risk appetite, which has to be factored in. So at Black Swan, we work with them to offer tailored solutions to meet those business needs as and when they're required. So, on to the topic, ready for the boom. In Black Swan, we undertook a head office relocation to downtown Port Moresby on Champions Parade, a consolidation of our operations base from Carnegie Street and our transport hub from the NAC, branch expansion into Hela Province, and a heavy focus on recruitment, training and development with a special focus on our QRF, Quick Reaction Force, and emergency response teams. Community engagements, whether educational, social or sporting, and a heavy investment in technology, facilities and vehicles. So this is, in January 2023, we completed our consolidation of our operations and transport and moved out to Sarrega, just opposite the Sarrega market, for those that know. It enabled us to combine all our guard force operations into one location, providing those showers, amenities and facilities, cafe, to assist that. PDTI, our training company, and I'll cover that in a later slide, is also based there. It combines our transport operations, workshop operations, and fuel points, of which we use both Puma and Islands Petroleum to hold those reserves. So, Black Swan's current locations. As you can see, we cover quite an area, extensive area of Papua New Guinea. We have branches in POM, the main branch obviously. Lae is our second major hub. Then we have Madang, Goroka and Hagen, and more recently, Tari. We also manage 14 different subcontractors across the country. But as part of Black Swan's commitment to development, all of those subcontractors were assisted with the legal requirements for operations, such as SIA licensing, certificate of compliance, and more so specialised training to Cert 2 certification in security services. So giving them an actual certificate registered so they can move on and develop with other companies should they choose to do so. New locations. With the increasing development projects throughout PNG and additional client requirements and multiple NGOs operating throughout the country, we have chosen and marked in 2024 to move into the following areas: Kimbe, Wewak, Vanimo and Balamo. And that's not exhaustive. We will obviously look at client needs, and should we have to do that and expand out further, we'll consider other branches as we move throughout the year. This was a decision in April 2023, and I'll just emphasise, after competitive tendering, Black Swan was awarded the Hela Health Authority contract for Tari Hospital, adding an additional branch to Black Swan. and to our network. With the exception of one Black Swan senior manager, all of the security personnel for this contract were recruited and selected from the immediate local communities, ensuring a mix of ethnic, tribal and landowner clans to ensure fair opportunities for the citizens of Tari. This in turn obviously gives Black Swan a strong foothold and footprint in Hela province. I touched on it previously. PDTI, Pacific Training Development Institute, delivers independent training courses and recently partnered with 3CIR, an Australian-based company which delivers world-class reputable training and certification for various sectors and industries to the Australian standards. Recognising the need for the upcoming boom in EPC works, this also caters for the occupational work health and safety courses, which will be needed for most of these companies as they come in. The Institute is committed to providing world-class training, empowering the people of PNG with the skills needed to emerge as leaders of the future. Community engagement programs. In 2023, Black Swan has assisted students from multiple colleges for on-the-job training and is pleased to continue providing that support for young Papua New Guineans in acquiring skills and knowledge and preparing them for future employment. As you can see from the slide, this was just a snapshot of a group from POMTech who completed their IT training with our ICT department, and we wish them all the very success for the future. Black Swan recognises that as a leader in security and safety in PNG, with a workforce largely comprised of men, it is our responsibility to be a voice against violence. BSI recently supported the Safe Public Transport Programme in Lae, which is a safe space for women and children to travel without fear of assault or being robbed on public transport. This is a major programme and it's a good step in the right direction. I'm also very pleased to say that as industry leaders, we have recognised the value of our female colleagues and currently have 3 ladies that occupy senior branch positions, which in the security industry, I can tell you, is a massive achievement. So congratulations to the ladies, and we wish them all the best in the future as they move on. Technology. Black Swan offers cutting-edge electronic security systems, including CCTV setups required for remote live streaming and monitoring, duress alarm systems suitable for residential and commercial properties, and GPS tracking for both vehicles and individuals. We're also working with our partner, Motorola, to develop push-to-talk duress capability, which will allow individuals to talk directly with an operator from anywhere within PNG. These services are also then monitored 24/7 from our National Operation Command Centres in both Port Moresby and Lae. Vehicles, always a difficult subject in PNG, as we're aware. Availability, supply and demand takes a long time to get these vehicles through. So as part of our preparations, and given the lengthy process, Black Swan has recently placed orders for multiple new vehicles, which include coaster buses, VIP SUVs, and utility operations vehicles, to be added to the existing fleet in order to meet future client demands and project demands. This also includes state-of-the-art B6 armoured vehicles to support cash in transit and precious minerals movements. So in summary, ladies and gents, not to be a down and doom and gloomer on security, it is there, we do have to address it, but PNG is a fantastic environment with which to work, and following those simple security guidelines which get distributed and regular communications with local communities and stakeholders, we will ensure a safe and secure environment for all. So, thank you.